Watchmen is 300 and the Dawn of the Dead director Zack Snyder's very bold attempt at bringing Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons' groundbreaking novel to the big screen. What starts as a simple murder mystery soon evolves into a deep, dark musing on the superhero genre that would make The Dark Knight look positively cheery. We're here in London's Leicester Square to attend the world premiere and speak to some of the cast and crew about what looks set to be one of 2009's biggest movie events. Having no doubt seen the film or seen rushes of it at least, how well do you think he's made the transition from your image that you drew way back in the early 80s to the modern screen?
Well, I think Zack's made the transition really well. There was always a danger in the past that it would just be another superhero action movie. A lot of the earlier treatments took that approach with it. But now we're at the point where there have been so many superhero movies that people are ready for the deconstruction. And, you know, Zack would never have been interested in making an action movie. He wanted to make something that was Watchmen, that had the weight of Watchmen and had the same kind of moral ambiguity as Watchmen and remained faithful.
Now, Watchmen's obviously a bit of a departure from Brideshead. I mean, what was the decision to make that?
I mean, I was in the middle of filming it, and I got sent two sides or two scenes. I was told to put it on tape by my agent. I never expected to hear back, and I just got a straight offer, and I was like, oh my god. And then I had 2 days, but when I finished Brideshead to start, so I didn't really have time to get too worried about it. I just turned up, given a wig, purple suit, and shoved out into the thing. I was like, okay. But it all worked out though.
But and Adrian V. stroke Ozymandias is a strange character, that his real power is his intellect. I mean, we know that he's really turned his superheroism into a commodity. But I mean,
he's doing that basically because he has a plan, you know, and that's one of the things we tried to get into the performance, is giving some duality, and so therefore, you know, it's turned the genre on its head. I'm the villain, and yet I'm trying to save the world. Go figure.
The world will look up and shout, "Save us!" And I'll whisper, "No."
Zack really took that book and made it into a movie, you know, and these guys are like fully realized characters, and you know, it's not a tongue-in-cheek comic book movie. It's a kick-ass, in-your-face flick that's got some depth and some, you know, it's thought-provoking. These guys are motivating the plot instead of the other way around, you know.
So what was your take on it when you first read the script?
I was blown away. I thought comic books were for kids, you know, and I discovered that no, man, they're like, you know, this can be an adult medium as well. You know, it's literature. I mean, truly is. But at the same time, it's like kick-ass and fun and entertaining. And I think that's what's neat. It's like Alan Moore and David Gibbons kind of took these two worlds and put them together just beautifully. I mean, that for me, that's exciting, you know. Got me on a jag. You know, after that, I read V. Blown away by that. I realized, oh, wait, Alan Moore isn't just brilliant. He's genius.
Watchmen, one of us died tonight. Somebody knows why. Somebody knows.
Dr. Manhattan is an unusual character who I kind of liken him to a bit of a nihilistic Superman. He kind of has the almost greater power than Superman, but doesn't even think it's worth bothering with on the human race. I mean, when you first read the script, what was your take on him?
Well, you know, it's interesting that you describe him as nihilistic. Is that sort of the problem is, I think he rather than being nihilistic, I think he's just interested in other things. Rather than becoming disinterested in humanity, I think his exposure to a new kind of reality just takes his all of his attention, which is a kind of cool thing to try and play. He keeps seeking out his humanity.
So, and after watching the webisodes, obviously you've had a slightly different time on set than the rest of the crew, being dressed up in loads of dots and blue lights all over you. I mean, how was that? Do you think it was much more demanding than the other actors?
Well, it wasn't more demanding than the other actors. The poor actors had to look at me and try to imagine that I was some sort of superhuman. But for me, it was just a process of trying to overcome all of the obvious obstacles of what I looked like.
And finally, I mean, what do you think the audience going to make of your character's liberal attitude to clothing?
I hope they find it enjoyable, because I did.
So that's it from us here in Leicester Square. Watchmen is due out in cinemas on the 6th of March, and you can also keep an eye out for The Watchmen, The End Is Nigh, coming to Xbox Live Arcade 4th of March. See you soon.